What's up, Sagittarius? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting March 31st, 2025. Sagittarius, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscriber to my channel. I appreciate you. The deck that I'm using, Sagittarius, will be listed in the description box. We're just going to cleanse the energies from doing Scorpio's messages for the week, and we're going to begin your messages, not reading reversals. What else did I want to say? Oh, happy April Fool's Day for anyone who celebrates April Fool's Day. Okay, so let's take a look and see what's coming up. What is coming up here for my Saggies? What is the energy here for Sagittarius? What is coming up? What are the messages? All right, Sagittarius, let's cut this deck and begin to see what is coming up. What is in store for you? Excuse me. First card in energy we're going to open up with. Oh, shit. Okay, Sagittarius, I swear to God. Oh, my goodness. I don't recall what, I think there was either was in the love reading, some energy, some negative energy may have been dealt to you, or it was during the weekly reading last week. Now we have this energy all over again. So I don't know if it's just a cycle of energy for some Sagittarians. I'm not an astrologer. It could be that, you know, retrograde energy, Mercury retrograde energy going on here. But this tower here, very first card, and of course, I'm going to throw a clarifier on this card. But just to talk about the meaning of the tower is, having to hear about something shocking or disturbing. I always say, when the tower shows up here during your spread, it may not be something that personally affects or impacts you. If we get any of the other major arcanas that are positive, of course, it will take down the tower's energy, lessen the feel or the impact. But it's usually related to any things associated with destruction, things, you know, if it's on a personal level, shaking you up. It's like what I would call the universe having to wake you or shake you to put you where you need to be. Some things need to be shaken up and disturbed for you in order for you to be in the right place or receive the right things for you moving forward. That's how I see it. Someone may see it differently, but this is what I'm sticking to. Most of the times, the tower shows up here, and we talk about what could be happening in other regions with other people. So keep that in mind. Not that we want those things to happen to other people in other regions, but just to be sure, um, you have to be able to know that this energy may not, find itself having to unleash some sort of destruction or having to receive some sort of, you know, bad news or some sort of shakeup. But anyway, typical things with the tower's energy here just means destruction of all kinds, on a worldly stage, global stage, things involving our government, things involving weather, earthquakes fall underneath the energies, just nasty. Okay, just nasty. But anyway, let's throw a clarifier on this tower here. It's uncontrollable, so we don't know how it's going to express itself, so there's no need for you to even think that you're going to control that tower's energy. We'll just have to wait and see how it's going to unleash itself this week for you, okay, or for someone else. Why did the tower show up here for Sagittarius? Please, what is going on? Why is the tower very first damn card for Sagittarius? What is going on? All right. And just because I asked for clarifications using another card, I don't always, I will never pretend that I know the answer. I'm just giving you my impression of what could be. And it's dealing with a person. It's dealing with possibly a couple things could be coming out of here. It's dealing with an action. Oh, if I didn't say, you have to be careful when the tower shows up here not to engage in fights, petty arguments, because it could lead to some sort of destruction, right? Not turning out too well. Even more so because the clarifying card is a court card. So this tower here could be anything in terms of you know what I got instantly though, and it may be off topic or whatnot. Someone having some sort of mental breakdown. Okay, that could be. Hopefully that's not the case, but I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. Could be a mental breakdown, nervous exhaustion. Um, Again, if it's not something that you're going to feel or impacted by, it could be that somebody that you know. I just feel a nervous breakdown or some sort of nervous exhaustion or tension taking place. But also, too, the Knight of Machetes could clarify that tower in terms of um, someone who has, because, the Knight of Machetes is usually comes forth as having to deal with some sort of past event if possible or necessary. Again, I regard it as the tower as the universe shaking things up, putting things in place where they need to be, and sometimes that energy of where we need to be or where things need to be is a little bit disturbing. The Nine of Machetes also could be any Sagittarius that is dealing with a a serious situation when it comes to I guess decisions. I'm seeing it as a decision because this is usually the card that represents decisions and action. So it could be decisions or there could be something going on with an action. Also, I'm seeing here because I'm gonna extend my intuitive impression here, that bus. You see guys standing in the bus here, Sagittarius. So hopefully it's not what I'm feeling that, we hear news about some sort of bus accident and it turns out to be fatalities. But we will see. Okay, so like I said before, I'm just giving you what I feel could be um, what's in store, and let's move on from that. Okay, so following the Knight of Machetes or the Tower here, now we have the Ace of Machetes. Ace of Machetes here is about victory and success. Of course, Sagittarius, you can attach that energy to anything that's going on for you this week. This is also seeking some sort of form of excitement or adventure. This is also a card that represents gaining insight and clarity. All right, so that's the Ace of Swords. The aces always start things off. Next up is the Two of Pentacles. We're here. You're only juggling things. It's minor energy here. You could be just working two jobs. Someone could still receive a small pay raise. You could be interested in two people interested in you. The most remote thing here that could come out of the Two of Pentacles is that some Sagittarius are balancing their checkbook throughout the week. Following the Two of Pentacles, here's your own energy here. That's going to bring the tower down significantly. Your own energy. And I've been saying in the other videos too, Sagittarius, that when your own card that represents your energy, your birth, excuse me, it makes the reading that much more powerful. Okay. But because this card here represents you and is a very good card to have, because whatever could be occurring involving that tower, this card of yours that you own is all about having to be restored, rebalanced, repeace, and focusing, some of you might be focusing your energies on yourselves this week. It represents relationships, of course, Mother Nature, I always talk about. Could be spending some quality time outdoors, enjoying Mother Nature and God's beauty. But I feel that the significance of your own energy showing up here means that for whatever impact or expression of that tower may take place, even if it's on a personal level, your own card is here to let you know that you're going to be okay. All right. So that is the Temperance card. Again, we're going to throw in that some Sagittarians this week may just be refocusing or returning the energy back to themselves. Not that you're being neglectful to the needs of others that are around you. It may be that you just need um, just that one tiny spark and moment alone, just to, um, come to an understanding about your worth, your values, uh, your peace, your knowing, and no one could ever take that away from you. So if that's what you get yourself involved in, then here's the card here to support you in doing that. All right, so following the Temperance card here for you, we have the Magician. The Magician is another major arcana. I don't usually regard the Magician in terms of helping to take down the Tower's energy, because on the split side of this Magician, as I always say, is negative. So we don't want to use that. But the positive aspect that I'm about to talk about always relates to your wants and your desires. What is it that you want, Sagittarius, to happen, occur in your life? And for instance, it could be that you want, if you're the single Sagittarius, to begin a new relationship. You want to, Sagittarius, another Sagittarius I may be reading for, wants to start a business, wants to start a family, whatever that is. If you're in the form of prayers, mantras, affirmations, throw the energy out there to whoever it is your higher source of praying to, or the universe, and stay in alignment with that energy. Leave it alone, and just have patience and keep the faith that whatever it is that you're wanting or desiring to occur or happen in your life is going to come to you. The negative end of this Magician, I always read that you have to still be careful of strangers. Yes, family members, friends, and romantic partner. These people are capable and good at very much in terms of controlling, extracting, as well as manipulating. Okay, so you have to use your best judgment to know who may be trying to pull the wool over your eyes and get over on you. All right, so following the major mechanic, I'm sorry, who made me say mechanic? Ooh, maybe it's the bus. Anyway, magician, the magician. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, I've been saying in these readings in the past here, whenever the tower shows up here, we don't know how it's going to express itself, but whenever pentacles are in the spread, I talk about losses. Now, let's talk about the positive attributes first before I talk about the next connection that I'm seeing while the Knight of Pentacles is underneath that tower. So, for any Sagittarius that I'm reading for, it still could be a job offer for you, Sagittarius. It could be a promotion. It could also be an instance where, if you thought your money situation was not at its best, here's one of the cards that comes to improve that. So your money is doing some sort of uptick, your finances may be doing some sort of uptick and, getting better, stable. The Knight of Pentacles also too could represent people who are just good money handlers, very dependable people. Underneath the tower here, I would say that I talked about the possibility of hearing this week of businesses closing up following Chapter 13 or, bankruptcy. Um, it could be any forms of, layoffs. Could be, I think, the I want to call this a school bus. I wanted to stay away from saying a school bus because if we hear about any accident, I don't want it to be involving children or anything like that. Or, I don't want it to be involving anyone. But when I saw that, I said, oh my gosh, I hope that what I'm sensing here doesn't come to pass. But it also could be The Knight of Pentacles underneath that tower. You still look at the school bus. Now we're talking about, I think there might be some sort of deeper cuts related to the education uh, from the administration that's currently, holding the office. You may hear about cutbacks, cutouts, or they may be phasing it out completely. That's what I'm seeing with the bus and then the money, trying to curtail, save money by cutting out waste, well, what they call waste. All right, following the Knight of Pentacles here for you, Sagittarius, we've got the Two of Swords. So having to make a choice or a decision, feeling conflicted, and feeling like you're at a crossroads. So there may be a decision that you are faced with this week, but whatever that is, you have to make it or narrow it down to one, just like it sits up, underneath the Ace of Swords, which would represent one. So there's a choice to be made here. This is my same sex loving energy. And also, to the most minor thing that could come out, um, involving the Two of Swords for you, Sagittarius, you could be out and about traveling and whatnot, and there's some sort of road construction or detour that you may have to take. All right. So I don't think I'm going to need to throw a clarifier on the Two of Swords. It's a low degree of anxiety and maybe just some form of presentation of a decision, a choice to be made, presented with two things, and then you have to make a choice about that situation. Then we have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is actually pretty good because it would indicate that there's something that's ending around you, Sagittarius, and something new is about to begin. I also read the Ten of Swords as if it's not you, Sagittarius, maybe somebody that you know, someone's planning future inpatient or outpatient surgical procedures. If that is the case, I'm letting you know it's going to be painful, but the Ten of Swords always offers a period of relief as well as recovery. Following the Ten of Swords here for you, now we have the Hierophant. So there is spiritual energy that is watching over you, protecting you. Strong spiritual energy. This is the Hierophant that represents that type of energy in terms of spirituality, protection. Be mindful of any this week. Be mindful of any epiphanies. You could be going through some sort of spiritual development on a personal level, or it could be something else. I used to say that someone takes up Reiki or they're into Reiki. This card also represents teaching and learning. This card is strong enough, again, to take the force down of this tower. So you have, and it sits underneath your own energy. So just because the tower is here in your spread, I don't think this is really a situation where some Sagittarians that I'm reading for to freak out. It's just not worth that type of energy when you have all of this other protection going on here. So pay attention to any synchronistic events, any angelic numbers that you see on a repetitive basis. Those are important. Anyone could be on the job training for a new position, new promotion. Up next, now we have the Ten of Pentacles. Again, the money card mirrors over here to the Tower. So we may hear about businesses closing up following Chapter 13, bankruptcy, and all of that. On the other side, flip side of this, is still a card of abundance. It's one of my big money cards. It mirrors over here to the Knight of Pentacles, which is the financial independent card. So if there was any, again, worries or concerns for my Sagittarians that I'm reading for about their money, here's the Two of Pentacles. And just because these are in sequential order doesn't mean that it's going to open up the way that these cards are laid down. This energy, once it's laid down and spread, it can, come about any way that it wants to express itself. Okay. So, but the point here is that the Two of Pentacles start in the top row. Here's the Knight of Pentacles, which is very powerful when it comes to the money. Then we finish off in the last row again with the Ten of Pentacles, filling abundance. This is inheritances. This is for any Sagittarians who is into taking risk playing the lottery, casino runs, gambling, scratch offs, you name it. Okay, just play responsibly. Feeling really, really abundant here. Money and resources could be coming available for you. This still would be promotions, substantial pay raises, substantial bonus money. All right, following the Ten of Pentacles in terms of additional messages for you, Sagittarius. Two of Wands. Two of Wands is what you're waiting for, who you're waiting for. Could be waiting for a phone call to arrive. Could be waiting for something to arrive in the mail. This is my only timing card in any tarot deck that I use, and I always assign 2 days and 2 week period of time for whatever it is that you could be waiting for, or whoever it is that you could be waiting for. It's a card that represents the number 2, so it could be involving two people, relationships wise, could be romantic. If it is, it could be some sort of experience of slowness and stagnation. This is usually low energy, but it could be also slowness and stagnation, and moving forward with projects, or we already talked about a relationship, but it could be almost anything. Okay, now we didn't get any movement cards just yet. So if we do get any movement cards, or the last 2 cards are movement cards, then it will propel the energy of this Two of Wands, speed things up, and whatever it is, whoever it is that you're waiting for, will come much quicker. There it is right there. There it is, the Chariot. Okay. Woo! The Chariot will boost the energy of um, propel the energy of the Two of Wands. I'm sorry. So things will pick up. Any projects moves forward, any relationships moves forward. The Chariot is a very powerful card. It also too will take down the energy of this Tower, and so equating the other half of that energy to the Star card, what you're hoping for, wishing for, praying for, Sagittarius, may manifest for you. Remember, on the positive end of the Magician, I talked about your wants and your desires. Here, it comes in here to say that that energy could be complete and fulfilled. Some of you with the big money cards here could be thinking about purchasing a new vehicle. Some of you may be experiencing having to have vehicle repairs, major or minor. If you are traveling this week, you're going to be safe to and from. Don't be the Sagittarius. Of course, don't, get behind the source of any vehicles. Disregard the speeding limit, because you will end up with a moving violation. There is also an aspect of something coming very rapidly towards you. That's what this Chariot represents, and it's usually some sort of change that constitute some sort of change, but the change is very positive. Last card I'm gonna draw for you is the major arcana, the Moon. The Moon I would never use to take down the energy of that Tower, because the Moon is fluid, and it represents what? Emotion. So always, put a check on your emotions this week. You don't want to be felt like the Moon's carrying your energy excessively too high, or too low, moving into the form of depression, melancholy, and all that other stuff. However, there is a cycle greater than the Ten of Swords when it comes to some source of energy moving away from you, closing down, phasing out. New cycle of energy is about to appear. Paying attention to your intuition, Sagittarius. That's very important, because that's what the Moon is capable of in terms of assisting you and helping you to make the right choices for yourself moving forward. Anything that was kept from you, hidden from you, the Moon illuminates that. So secrets and all that stuff comes to the forefront. When it comes to romance, likes and crushes also too could be coming forward. All right. So this is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Kind of lengthy there, but I wanted to make sure that I gave you my best impression. So, it's just me. Always take what's going to work for you. You're the second sign that has received the Tower for this week's readings. So it's going to be double the impact in some way, but you have these very mighty, powerful major arcanas that definitely is going to take down the source of the energy if it does affect you or impact you substantially. All right. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. With the Tower's presence in your spread, always throw in an extra word of caution. Just be vigilant, not paranoid. You're going to be all right. Have a safe, great week ahead. Remain smiling. All will work out well. And I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.